So I'm back. It's the Authentic Empress. So this is kind of like a continuance from the last video I did. For whatever reason, my videos always be like an hour long. So I didn't want it to be too long. But their vendetta, okay, their energy and dark manipulations on your love life always has a deadline. It can only last but so long, okay? And deadline, pun intended, deadline also can involve sometimes the death of somebody's life, the death of um, a way of being, the death of finances, prosperity, status, okay? People forfeiting your opportunity to be blessed by God. People forfeiting their identity that they could have developed in God by trying to distort your identity, right? By manipulating your love life or manipulating how others see you, or um, trying to withhold you from receiving love and loyalty, right? And people who want you to be by yourself, people who want you to be alone, people who don't want you to have anyone, right? Um, all with the intended goal to attack your identity, your self-esteem, your confidence, your heart. Okay, wanting to turn your heart dark or harden your heart, right? Again, like I was saying in the last video, they would need you to submit to their karmic control. They will need you to live out and play out, right? The lies, the accusations, the allegations. These people are heavily codependent on your energy, okay? For them to basically gain energy and vitality, or gain attention and clout, okay? Now, this trade-off that people are, that, people who operate on a demonic energy, that they always try to do, okay, by getting you to crash out, okay, or you being susceptible to taking on their identity, like how they respond to rejection and how they respond, yeah, heavily on how they respond to rejection. So this is why they want you to experience rejection, a series of rejection or a severe rejection. This is why they invest a lot of work, a lot of time, okay, a lot of energy manipulation into you being rejected, okay. And it's like, they want to derive confidence from you being sad, or you being hurt, you being distraught, or you being treated bad. As a result of this, they want to derive like this false sense of empowerment from you being in pain, right? And a lot of times, these are individuals who mimic things about you, or there's things about you that they admire, or the things that they deem as lovable about you. Um, it's like they try to wear this for themselves. They try to blend this into who they are, while simultaneously creating scenarios or arranging or organizing events that's just heavily overwhelming to your nervous system and your emotional body, your psychological body. Um, Again, it's almost like people trying to inject themselves into your path to reap the blessings associated with your path if you remain in alignment with your true identity and your authenticity, right? If you remain confident in the divine, you remain faithful in God, regardless of what people decide to do at any moment, instead of denouncing God and putting these people who reject you or who love bomb you and then gaslight you to try to trick you into giving them offerings, right? It's like they try to get you to swap God out for an idol, swap God out for somebody's approval or people's validation. And it's not happening. It's not happening. And this is why sometimes the attacks get more aggressive. You know, this is why they gather more people. This is why they get more conniving and diabolical and desperate. Okay, because the simple fact that they've launched, okay, this type of energy, this imprint, this attack, like the simple fact that they've launched it, like it's out there, right? For them to even feel like they have to infuse evil into a situation to render the results they want, opposed to looking at it from the perception initially of transmuting whatever that they're feeling, like their triggers and stuff. Like if trying to transmute the situation is not their initial response or reaction to a situation where they feel rejected, they feel inferior, okay, they feel threatened or intimidated, like their position feels threatened somehow. That tells you all you need to know about how things are going to end for them in that situation. And it's like these people are banking on you to be like them, or under that type of pressure, because when they are under that kind of pressure, again, their initial response is not to alchemize it. Their initial response is not to transmute it. It's not to go to God. It's not to love themselves. If anything, their initial response is try to regain control over the situation. Okay, that will soothe their ego. That will appease their ego. That's their initial response. Okay. So again, they're banking on you to respond this way or to react this way, totally forgetting that in a lot of cases you guys are complete opposites. Totally forgetting that the whole reason that they feel threatened by you, the whole reason why whoever it is that they're competing for even desires you, is because your every bit of that confidence, that self-love, that self-respect, that self-discipline, your every bit of somebody who genuinely is like in love with God. Mm-hmm. You're every bit of that. And all you literally have to do is remain that. All you literally have to do is remain that and increase in that. Become stronger in that, right? Lean more into the divine, right? That's literally all you have to do. And you maintain that until that deadline is reached. The thing about when that deadline is reached, if they are still unsuccessful with being able to get you to drive you crazy, okay, to drive you into behaviors that are not like you, okay, or that this is not a word, but to bring down your ranking, to cause you to descend, to cause you to decrease. If they are unsuccessful with getting that done or complete by a particular deadline, they're on the chopping block. The thing is, the moment they lean into evil to get their way in a situation or to overpower you in a situation, they put themselves on the chopping block. All that time, they are on the chopping block with the divine directly. They're on the chopping block with their ancestors. They're on the chopping block with your divine ancestors. They're on the chopping block with the divine angels and archangels. They're on the chopping block from the moment they come at you sideways. From the moment they try you, from the moment they be on demon time with you or responding to your good with evil, they're on the chopping block. Period. And they shall remain there. The more you stay locked in with God throughout the whole situation, I don't care how tumultuous it gets. I don't care about the emotional storms that they try to create. You stay still. Stay still through the emotional storm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, this type of, like, your identity in God is why they're threatened in the first place. I don't care if somebody is copying you, somebody mimics you, somebody studies you and regurgitates your spiritual lingo, how you talk, how you carry yourself. I don't care how much they mimic or copy. I don't care. But when it's time for the real deal, when it's time to really apply the energy, they're not going to be able to apply the energy. they can't apply it because it's not really, it's inauthentic. It's almost like toy food. You know, like being in kindergarten and toy food. It's like it looks like food. Hey, you take it from a certain angle, you know, put some little edits on it. It can look like it's real food. But when it's time to test it, when it's time to eat it, it is not real food. It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. So, in the event that they're suppressing, or there's somebody suppressing their feelings towards you, right? Somebody who wants to play victim or wants to convince you or others that you crossed the line, you know, you was the aggressor in the situation, like they're the victim, right? And they're lying. Again, they need you to become aware by a certain deadline, or before they reach exhaustion, or before they reach that crash out. 11:11 was on the timer just now. And so you'll find these people experiencing or trying to mask some type of hidden despair, right? There's no rest for the wicked. They can't rest, right? They can't cope. They can't get their groove back. They can't step into all these goals and stuff that they claim, you know, that they were so motivated, they were so hyped up, they were so inspired to do when they was connected with you, feeding off you, right? Mm-hmm. They can't follow through. They can't follow through. Because they're so occupied with trying to get you to support the false narrative that was generated about you. During that time, I don't care if it's weeks, days, months, years. They're on the chopping block. The entire time they refuse to repent. They refuse to admit what actually happened. They refuse to be accountable. They refuse to be honest. They refuse to amend that entire time they're on the chopping block, and things are only getting worse. Things are only going downhill. Things are only getting worse for them that entire time, right? So let's say there is someone attacking your love life, or somebody only wants you to want them, okay? They want you to be rejected, or the people, you know, that approach you or whatever is not your type, or they want you to be disinterested and stuff like that, right? This is not something that can work on a true divine being, because you have the greatest love of all time, which is the love of God, the love from God. Do you desire partnership? Do you desire genuine, sincere friendships and connections, and to be able to have a family that prays together, that stays together, that it's a safe space? Absolutely, and you will get that. You will get that. It's destined for you to have that. It's inevitable for you to have that because you embody that. They need you to not embody that anymore, for you to forfeit it. Period. They need you to be this grumpy motherfucker, this bitter ass bitch, right? Out in the world. This is what they're hoping you're going to be reduced to, right? So that you forfeit your blessings. You forfeit your path. You forfeit your covenant. And it's not happening. And so what ends up happening? As they're waiting and waiting and waiting for you to turn demonic. What ends up happening? What ends up happening? Now they're bitter. They're increasing in their bitterness. Right? They're becoming sick. Becoming sick of themselves. Becoming sick of the people that they joined with to come against you. Right? They're losing shit. They're losing their zest for life. They're losing their vitality. They're losing it's like they're seeing the fake motivation, the fake empowerment, like render no true results when it's time to apply it. You know, it's not. It doesn't suffice. right? And so, like I said in the last video, if they're waiting for you to call them, contact them, do whatever, like make a move and stuff like that, you're not going to. You're not going to. And so, what does that mean? They're going to sit in that despair longer. Hey, as long as they want to sit in despair, in depression, they shall sit in despair and depression. If they're banking on you to pull them out of it by responding to them as if you wronged them, when in actuality they've wronged you. A lot of times this happens with people who are self-sabotaging. And that's literally what's happening. They're just doing what they've been doing, sabotaging themselves. Sabotaging situations and scenarios. Okay. At somebody's expense. And they're banking on that person that they're trying to sabotage, or that they're sabotaging things with, to pour and invest more energy or compensate energy for them to feed off of and gain that quote unquote vitality. And you're not doing it. You're not them. You're not doing that, collective. So what does this mean? If they're not, if there was always a time frame, right, when they would do these type of love bombing or gaslighting or runner chase tactics with people, these mind games, there was always a time frame where their target would cave or their target would crash out, or their target would give in, their target would submit to the bullshit. It's a problem because you're outlasting all of their previous targets. It's a problem. They're scared. They're panicking. They're nervous. They're anxious about this because what does this mean for them? What does this mean for them? And when it comes to them getting the fuck up and getting themselves up and getting back on, like, feeling themselves again. Like, what? Hopefully, by the example that you lead with your connection to the divine and, you know, your source of vitality that you put on display, like, it's literally you. It's not something that you. It's like how people big up themselves and they big up celebrities and they hype people and things and places and lifestyles, and they hype that shit up. You hype God up. You hype up God. You put God on display. You put God on a pedestal. Hopefully, by witnessing this and seeing how you're okay, so this is why this person is able to sustain themselves. This is why this person has been able to survive all of these attacks. This is why this person is not caving under pressure. This is why we can't beat this person. This is why. The why is God. So if they want that vitality that they're so desperate after, and they're thinking that they're going to get that through you by you forfeiting who you are, they better seek God and seek God for real. Not that play shit. Like, these are energies like who's used to using people, like, and I mean like using people, places, and things, like, with the absence of true effort or honorable effort. Okay? Honorable effort, because they put effort into deceiving people, tricking people into giving of their blood, giving of their life, giving of their energy, their power, and their vitality. They trick people, right? But they can't trick you because you're a seer. They can't trick you because you're an intuitive. They can't trick you because you didn't abuse the gifts and the abilities that God has given you. You didn't disregard, ignore, discard God for convenience. Like, when is it ever convenient to discard the Most High? Divine beings, when is it ever convenient to discard you and who you were in somebody's life? When is it ever convenient? It never is. They're trying to convince you that it is. These are pretenders. Like, do I need to get the SpongeBob lips up here? They're pretenders. They're actors. Because that's what it is. They're actors. Like, oh wow, breathe up, breathe up, breathe up. It's like, I don't know why I just thought about DJ name. She's like, breathe out, breathe out. That's all you have for them. Okay, you performed. Uh, it's given Simon Cowell. I don't really like it. I don't like it. You didn't quite make the cut. You didn't quite make the cut. Eight of Swords. Is it the Six of Swords? This is the Four of Swords. Damn. Death card. And the Queen of Cups. Hermit. They didn't make the cut. They didn't deceive you. I mean, the deception was supposed to be strong enough for you to believe that's truth, collective. You were supposed to know it was the truth. You were supposed to be bought. You were supposed to be sold on their performance. They were supposed to win that Oscar. Nah. You Simon Cowell on these people. They feel like you know that phrase and people like, you tough. They feel like this is just too hard. Trying to resist you is too hard. Trying to maintain some type of performance, it's hard. It's hard. Hey, I mean, we can give credit to, I can give you credit for like how dedicated you were to that lie. You know, but we look at it like, damn, so all that misguided dedication, all that misguided passion. It's like I said on a video yesterday about Screaming University, like if y'all was to just pour that much passion into the divine and into yourselves that y'all have for Kai, and to get into Screaming University, like this is what this. And so people are crashing out because you're rejecting their performances. You're rejecting their performances to try to ward off suspicions that you have of them that are actually accurate. Okay? Their performances to make it seem like, oh, I don't have no problem with you. Oh, it's all in your head. Oh, you just reading too much into it. Oh, you don't really have no reason to be responding like that. I don't have a reason. You okay? Cool. Why should divine beings trust a Decepticon when it comes to what we are accurately perceiving? Why should we trust a Decepticon to be honest about what we're able to see in them or see them doing to us that is against us? What? And so it's like, do you see how these people expose their delusion? And if you choose to take their word over your intuition, over what God has revealed to you about them, you'll start to experience confusion yourself. And that's their goal. Their goal is to confuse you so that they can keep taking from you. They can stay attached to you and benefit from you while actively sabotaging at the same time. Bring you down a notch so they don't have to grow, basically. Right? But it's only a matter of time. Right? And it be real sad. It be fucked up when they try to play like that type of game. Look, you got the sun card here. It's really fucked up when they try to play that type of game, and like I said, they try to wait and outweight you and outlast you, right? Whole time you're this sun and temperament energy. I'm trying to make sure I'm not covering up the words. Whole time you're this energy. When it comes to what? The devil. You're the sun, just sitting there shining on the devil, just looking at the demonic activity going on. Oh. And what do? The balancing act. These are people who want you to stay blind with the two of swords right behind the devil. They want you to willingly be blind to the bullshit and settle for less, literally. Why does this makes me think of Ichigo? Okay, they want you to take these little these play swords that they got from Walmart, that they got from Five Below. They want you to hold on to these little fake ass toy swords. Wear this blindfold. Be willingly blind to the fact that they're weakening you. They're disempowering you. They're putting you in a disempowered position. Why would you trade your bond card? Why would you trade this big ass sword, the sun, that creates balance, the balancing act? Why would you trade that in for this bullshit? Make it make sense? Make it make sense? The Hierophant. The Hierophant. The traditionalist, the divine. Big energy. Lord have mercy. So, while they're wishing you loneliness and isolation and doing all type of rituals and all this shit, you just sitting here alchemizing, transmuting, balancing other things about yourself that requires balance, or you're investing in things that intertwine with your purpose, right? There's always something to do for you. There's always something to do for a divine being, whether that's investing in yourself, increasing your knowledge in something, increasing your skill, okay, whether that's uplifting somebody else who's deserving of that, but there's always something to do, because there's so much evil in the world. There's so much evil in the world. There's so much possession. There's so much demonic activity in the world. You're always needed. You're literally always needed. Always. And this is why you also have to find balance, or master balance with that as well. Your presence being needed. So what's a part of you mastering that balance? So where you invest your energy is revoking your energy from motherfuckers that got you fucked up, who think that as they receive from you, they're going to taint you simultaneously. It's not happening. It's not happening. So for those who think that they're going to reap from you at your expense, they're going to be cut off. They're going to be cut off. Because responsibly, that energy can go towards something else where it will actually be conducive, not just for the collective, but for the divine. Period. They don't have to like it. They can keep lying. They can keep performing. They can keep settling around, their circus. They can remain in that circus. They could remain in an environment where there's airborne illnesses going on. If they choose, they can do that. You're not going to do that. Like, you can clearly see, okay, it's dirty as fuck over here. It's dirty as fuck in here. Like, I don't have any sanitation guidelines. Like, what's going on? Yeah, nah, it's mad stuffy in here. Let me go ahead and remove myself. You don't smell that? You don't, ain't that something? Imagine entering a place and it's just smell like straight ass, and like just motherfuckers been outside like dog ass and just funk, like just stank as hell. Like imagine that. And you like, oh, like it hit you as soon as you get close to the door, like, oh, like, yeah, no, I'm a pass, like something ain't right. And somebody just choosing to, the other person that you share that with, that they probably smell it too, they just willingly go in there anyway, or they have this immunity to the smell. Just because you have an immunity to the smell and shit, that don't mean that you won't be susceptible to sickness or illness. So are they already compromised? Right? And we have to be responsible enough with our gifts, our senses, and our abilities. And I'm using this as an example, like when it comes to your intuition, your discernment. We have to use our gifts responsibly to not follow behind a demonic, like somebody that's choosing the role of some type of demonic leadership, or trying to lead you into some type of toxicity, right? We have to be wise enough to still turn away, even if we're with 3 other people and those 3 other people choose to go forward. We have to be bold and courageous and trust God alone. We have to be confident enough to make a different decision, even when there's a unanimous decision that opposes your decision. Period. Peer pressure. Yeah, just like this this lover in your energy who didn't choose their better judgment, and they just went along, they get along, they move forward because these other people, these karmic energies, were at a unanimous decision about how they should treat you, how they should go about their connection with you, or people's perception of you, their synopsis, their analysis of you, even though they have an advantage over these people, right? Even though they also have gifts or had gifts. Mm-mm. And as we know from our experiences and what's a part of our gifts being edified is, what happens when you go against your better judgment? What happens when you ignore your intuition and your discernment and that gut feeling, right? Sometimes we get our ass, you feel me? There's been times, right? We got our ass beat, you know, we got the little whooping, you feel me? And so we learned, okay, to never forsake God. And what I mean by God as well is never forsake the truth and the wisdom and the intuition that God gives you. And there will be some truths that seem contradicting, but God will still give you the guidance or give you the truth on how to go about that contradiction. For example, you may know that, yes, this person loves you. Yes, this person could be a soulmate. Yes, you know, this person felt weak, you know, to their traumas. They were manipulated as a result of these weaknesses. This could be somebody who's attention seeking, who's clout chasing for approval and validation. This is somebody who felt overlooked at some point. This is somebody who felt isolated away from people whom they perceive as lovable, or that people love them and people want to be around them. People want to be associated with them, the popular group. You guys could definitely be the ones that was like a popular loner, okay? And let's say there was a popular clique who wanted to use their togetherness or their perception of unity to compete with your solitude, your sovereignty, right? Sovereignty is a better word. And wanted to try and trick you into thinking that you should strive to be a part of them or to join them or to be associated with them. Meanwhile, you're observing and witnessing these people copying things about you, like, damn, I ain't seen nobody else with these shoes. Come back next week. The bitch in the popular clique got the same shoes you had. Damn, I'm the only one, dressing like this or having hair like this or doing this or blah blah blah. All of a sudden, motherfuckers in the popular clique copying shit that you doing, but they want you to feel like you should fight to be a part of them. Yeah, nah, no, I'm good. No thanks. Using tactics of leaving you out or trying to isolate you, from groups and communities, and it's like, well, damn, I was already set apart anyway. I'm actually very comfortable here. It's like people got a problem when you clearly see the truth of the situation. Like, you want me to believe that I'm I'm not popping, right? I'm not the shit, right? I'm not the it girl. I'm not the it guy. Simply because y'all made a unanimous decision. Y'all motherfuckers together that they has to be codependent on each other to even feel confident and bold enough to do anything. This is almost like, let's say people go out and they go out like dancing and stuff like that, and some of you guys may have experienced this, but how, let's say somebody wants to dance, like they really want to let loose, but it's like, can you come with me? Like, come with me, come with me. Like, they need that, like, to really have that confidence to be comfortable in their skin. Even if you went somewhere with somebody, and let's say y'all separate when y'all there, you can go out on the dance floor by yourself and just turn up by yourself, okay? Because you want to have fun, because you're comfortable in your skin, and what ends up happening, you attract others who see that confidence, that sovereignty, that, oh, like the energy, the vibes is popping with this person, and you attract people to come and dance with you by you just being in your own full expression of yourself freely, opposed to needing somebody like, dance with me, like, starting out, dance with me, like, before you actually let loose and get comfortable. See, you don't really need that. You don't need that. I mean, if it happens, cool, but it's not something you need to feel comfortable in yourself. And sometimes it's necessary for your counterpart or your counterparts or people, who they were supposed to have a loving arrangement or a loving connection with you, built off the foundation of love, loyalty, and all that. Oftentimes, it's necessary for them to experience the complete fucking opposite of what you provided. Sometimes it's necessary for them to roll around with the pigs. Sometimes it's necessary for them to really be able to get a clearer vision, not only of you, but of themselves, right? And how they forfeited a very important aspect of themselves, especially when it comes to dignity and integrity. Yeah. All these thought projections, okay, wanting you to feel like you're missing out, wanting you to feel like you've experienced the loss. Mind you, they betrayed you, but these thought projections to make you feel like you're experiencing a loss by them not being around, or by you not submitting to how they try to change things negatively into being between y'all and shit like that. But instead, you just simply departing, you letting them leave, and you turning the other way. Like, instead of them leaving and you following after, when they leave, you go the opposite fucking way, and you keep going the opposite, and you keep going the opposite fucking way. Period. And here's the thing about that: what they think is actually going to work in their favor as you guys are moving away. They think that cord is going to save them. They think that tie is going to save them. They're heavily dependent on believing that that core, the fact that you're so loyal, you love them so much, and da 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 da, that you won't be responsible enough to, as you're moving away, to turn around real quick and cut that shit off. And what happens? That's the thing. When somebody cuts you off, collective, they never really cut you off. So it's always an illusion of cutting you off, but they're always holding on to your energy. They're always trying to remain attached to your energy, right? Pulling on your energy with the hopes that it's going to pull you towards them even more, right? But when you resist, and not only resist, but when you cut them off, it's like I said in a video a long time ago. When you cut motherfuckers off, they fall flat on their face. If they were dependent, it's almost like, y'all know, like in movies and stuff like that, when let's say somebody's trying to go down, or even like those Tomb Raiders and stuff, when they're trying to go down like a crevice, or they're trying to go down something that's like very steep, or like something that's going downward, they'll tie a rope around their waist as they go, and there's somebody else that's like holding that rope or securing that rope. It's literally like hey, I sense danger in that direction. You shouldn't go in that direction. Okay. You indicate the signs, you get all these indicators, and you share it as you should, because that's a responsible thing to do. They ignore you and they keep moving forward. You're trying to go to the place where it's safe, right? But they're so stubborn, they're so caught up within themselves alone, they're moving selfishly, that they're still going towards the danger, right? And resisting going towards the safe space or the safe tower. And they think that they're just going to drag you along with them. No. Cut the cord. Cut it. Sacrifice. So what happens when you cut the cord? They got to come up with a plan. 3 of Pentacles. They got to come up with a plan. They got to come up with a new plan. Okay? You cut the cord, right? And you give them over to these people, to their, whoever peer pressure them, wherever they feel like is where the party is at. Okay? Whatever they feel like is a more conducive or generative connection with this 3 of Pentacles. And what happens? That is 3 of Pentacles, right? You let them go over to whomever. 5 of Cups. Regret. This is actually 6 of Cups. And you got the Hanged One, the ultimate sacrifice. So 3 of Pentacles, when you release them to these people that's trying to drag them to hell, drag them to the past, drag them to dissension, right? With the 3 of Pentacles and the 6 of Cups here. You already saw that these people were planning to sacrifice this person. You tried to tell them, hey, there's danger afoot. High Priestess. There's danger afoot. 444 on the fucking timer. Sacrifice. And you know what I just heard? In an attempt to sacrifice you, Anybody who tries to sacrifice you collective, you have to sacrifice them by disconnecting, by departing, by severing the cord, by cutting ties, which is the ultimate sacrifice, which makes them vulnerable. It makes them vulnerable. Damn. Knight of Cups. Feeling apologetic. Remorse. People can perform, but they don't give a fuck. But your performance of not giving a fuck is not going to outweigh the fact that you have sincere, genuine feelings for somebody. If it's real, if it's ingrained, it's embedded, it's there. It doesn't matter how much you try to perform like you don't give a fuck, you moving on, you don't care, on to bigger and better. You can't. It doesn't suffice, because in actuality, no, you're not on to bigger and better like you thought, or like you claimed, or like you performed. No, it don't work like that. You don't treat somebody like shit who didn't deserve it and think that it don't work like that. It don't work like that. Mm-mm. Would you be sold your own personal illusion that's customized for you to keep you stuck, to make you an easy sacrifice, to fatten you up for a greater, more sustaining sacrifice for these demonic energies, these peers? Absolutely, they'll fatten you up. Hmm. Yeah, they'll give you everything, all your temptations. They'll give you alcohol. They'll give you the ass. They'll give you the money. They'll give you all that, fatten you up for the slaughter. That's what actually happens to these people. Yeah. Damn. Mm-mm. Yeah. And again, some of you, recently did a very, very potent cord cutting ritual. Okay. Queen of Swords. And the reason why I say it has an increased potency is because you're exhausted by the whole situation. You're exhausted with the whole dynamic. You're exhausted with the whole situation. It's like you're exhausted with somebody dragging their fucking feet to do what's right. These little games that people play that come at you sideways, and then they think they're gonna wait things out and wait for you to come towards them and seek to hang out with them, to be around them, to laugh with them, talk with them, whatever shit used to be when shit was cool. It's not happening. And you're exhausted because motherfuckers is too grown for this shit. There is no excuse. And I know what you want me to do. I know what you're trying to gain from this. It's not happening. Not for me. Queen of Swords. And you want to know the reality of these people that play these games with you, like you're sitting in this Queen of Swords and you're like, I mean, what? Like, hey, you cut me off. I guess I'm cut off. That's how it be collected. They quote unquote cut you off, and you respond, well, I guess I'm cut off. Let me cut you off too. Oh, I got you just some cut off motherfuckers. Queen of Swords. When you get grounded and being content in that, Mm-hmm. This is their energy. 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords. And literally, look at her. Oh well, like what I supposed to do? You, hey, your free will is your free will, right? You want to play crazy? Bet. Okay. Oh well, cut off. So while they're over here, heartbroken, despair, mm, trying to figure out how to empower themselves, how to encourage themselves, how to uplift themselves out of whatever this trap was, the snare that they fell into. Here's you on the other side of things. Justice and strength. Oh wait, let's not stop there. Temperaments. The balancing act. Oh, okay. And this is why they stalk you. They obsess. Why aren't you in despair? Why don't you miss me? You don't care about me? You never cared about me? You don't love me? 4 of Swords. You're resting. Yeah. Mm. Let it fall where it lay. And now they're over here in their head about you. Like, damn, that person really see me. Like, they saw what I was doing. They saw what I was trying to do. Okay, I can't get shit past this person. It was just 2:22 on the damn clock. You over look the reflected queen. You do your reflections, your introspection. You over there transmuting, alchemizing, drawing, creating. Okay. A noble heart. Keeping your heart noble. No matter what. You know you have the noble heart. Okay. You know that you're the prize. You know that these people were benefiting more off you than you were from them. Of course, it's going to be more of a loss for them than it is for you. It's like, what the fuck? What? Huh? You what? You mean like me, the Queen of Swords, the temperaments angel, you know, that brings things into balance, that creates balance wherever I infuse myself? Huh? What? I'm supposed to be at a greater grievance. I'm supposed to it's like something that you got a chariot here too. Moving forward. Balance. And not just moving forward, but your steps are ordered by the divine. You're not blind. You're not confused on how to move forward and who to move away from. And who you may have to run over sometimes. Oh well. But it's like there's this one video Mermaid Prophetess has said, if somebody is giving you breadcrumbs, right? And you giving them full course meals energetically. Them pulling their breadcrumbs away or cutting you off or walking away from you and shit like that is not going to render the same impact and effect or the same loss or grievance compared to you pulling back, you snatching away, you revoking that full course meal that you was giving them. Huh? Clearly, collective, and you know, so just going off that to extend that clearly, whatever you give yourself, collective, has been able to sustain you despite their breadcrumbs, and you're still giving that to yourself, even when they walk away. Okay, even when the connection is no more. But if they were already malnourished and surviving out breadcrumbs, it's like you're doing them a favor. Like, okay, well, yeah, go ahead and take your little breadcrumbs that you was giving up here. You obviously need it. Take your little breadcrumbs. Um, I'm gonna take all these groceries with me. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me go in the pantry. Make sure I grab all that too. That's mine. Let me take that. As a matter of fact, take this last little, take the shit. Yeah, go ahead, empty your bowels with anything that I fed you. You figure it out with the people that you put over collective. You figure that shit out. The people that was giving you breadcrumbs or won't give you shit. That's why you're left with breadcrumbs. So the people that was taking from you, and that's why you're left with breadcrumbs. Yeah, you go figure that out over there. Okay, go figure that out. Lord of mercy. Oh, oh. The Empress. The Queen of Wands. Ace of Cups, Queen of Wands, the Empress. So I asked, so these people that your counterpart or these people that work against your love life, right? You finding balance in all of this. Like these people are viewing you as, or they're seeing how beautiful you are. You're seeing how powerful you are, like, and you owning your own energy. They're seeing you embody like this self-love, okay? They're seeing how loved you are by the divine, like by how things are like playing out. Because you're still protected. You're still this Empress energy. There's obviously something higher up protecting you. Okay? Higher up protecting you. See she's sitting on a mount of roses. Okay? Mm-mm. The other day, I had randomly thought about Jesse McCartney because I used to love that song so much when I was little. He was like, I don't want another pretty face. I don't want just anyone to hold. I don't want my love to go to waste. I want you. You're beautiful, so you're the one I want to chase. You're the one I want to hold. I won't let another minute go to waste. I want you. You're beautiful, so. To you, I'll be all this and more. And I want to be what you always needed. And then I hope you see the heart in me. Whoever this is in this Knight of Cups energy, like somebody's in they're in their feelings. And this is how they feel. This is somebody who could have been seduced by glamour. Okay, especially for in that song he said, I don't want another pretty face. I don't want just anyone to hold, and he don't want his love to go to waste. Okay, this is somebody who went towards something that depleted them with this strength in the reverse. It always happens like that. If you're an energy that strengthens somebody's foundation, you strengthen how they perceive themselves, their self-esteem. You strengthen their strength, their joy. You multiply the good things about them or within them, right? And they betray you, right? And generally, when they do, they go towards energy that do the complete opposite. That's literally, I feel like that's an example of people just having to learn some things the hard way, right? So people could be feeling like people underestimated for your love to have like this flip side, like this tough love energy. Like people underestimated that because you're so sweet with the Empress. They underestimated this Queen of Swords side of your love. Okay. Because listen, Ace of Cups, the Empress, Queen of Wands, the noble heart. But you're not going to keep rebalancing something where you've already brought balance, and they're just sitting there negligently recreating imbalance and trying to then also create imbalance within you by wasting your energy and depleting you. And it's like, damn, no. Like, when I create balance, sustain it, maintain it, or what the fuck else do you expect for what do you expect to happen? You got the Two of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Two of Cups in the upright, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. What do they expect to happen? And this is when they see their foundation get shaky. This is when they experience loss and stuff. Because when they meet you with this abundant, when you meet these people, you bring out this abundant energy, like this abundance of energy, this abundance of love, and they repay you with negligence, thinking that that's going to decrease you from this abundance of love and this whether this be like progress, financial, with the chariot energy, right? Your progress, your advancement, your achievements, your level up. They're thinking that this is going to stunt or stagnate that, to give themselves the excuse that, oh, there's nothing wrong with me being spiteful. There's nothing wrong with me eyeing this person because they shouldn't be so beautiful, or they shouldn't be flaunting with this Queen of Wands. They shouldn't be flaunting this energy anyway. Like, this is like people trying to say you're boastful about something that you are naturally, like something that you naturally embody. They're trying to convince themselves, and possibly even others, that you're being boastful, that you're bragging, that you're being prideful, just because you're so steadfast and unmovable in this energy, despite their efforts to turn you down a notch. That's literally all it is. That's literally all it is. And it's almost like some of these people think that their separation from you, right? Their separation from you is going to work against the favor that's over your life. And so when they find out, or they get these little check-ins, or they get these updates, and they see you embodying this energy, keeping your heart pure, keeping your heart noble, still in the upright, it's triggering. But like I said, there's something I said before. I said I could be bitter or I could be sweet tea. Depends on your alkalinity or your acidity, right? So again, it's whatever they choose with their free will. Like, are you going to put your pride to the side? Are you going to be accountable? Are you going to hold yourself accountable? Okay. Are you going to do what's right in the situation? Or are you still going to try and maintain this lie? It's already hard, and it's only going to get harder to maintain the lie. So if you want to remain in the Three of Swords, or continue manifesting situations and scenarios that land you in the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords, because you refuse to hold yourself accountable, or be accountable in a situation, then so be it. I mean, hopefully it don't take you off this planet. Hopefully. However, collective maintaining this vibration, this Empress, the noble heart, okay, justice, temperance, the balancing act, Queen of Wands in the upright, Ace of Cups, Queen of Swords, the seer, High Priestess. We're only going to continue to upgrade, only become fully ourselves in the spirit realm. Confirmation with the Emperor. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. Mm-hmm. trajectory. And some people, I mean, hey, they choose to be left behind, okay, because they want to be ungrateful, okay, knowing how much you poured into them, they're going to continue being attacked from all angles. If you reject a safe person, a safe space, a safe tower, I mean, clearly you're just out there, unarmed and everything amidst chaos, So it's like, okay, this has something to do with trying to manipulate what you do for work as well, with the job tactic strategy. It says I get emotional about this connection despite my tough demeanor. Confirmation. Mm-mm. To be continued. Loading. It says free yourself. So you free yourself from the shadow prisons of others. These are people. They're going to have to free themselves from the shadow prisons of others. Okay? Or they will continue being attacked at all angles. People doing beauty spells on them. Okay? Or those beauty spells backfiring and can't stick onto you. So them experiencing changes in their appearance. Okay? That they don't want. Okay? By remaining attached to some type of minions or flying monkeys. Because you have an indestructible spirit. Period. Okay? So destroying killing you off is not an option. Destroying your spirit is not an option. And so if they were banking on doing so, somebody could be a transgender, a trans woman, a trans man can be involved for some of you guys in the situation here. If they were banking on killing you off, okay, affecting your appearance and stuff like that, and using minions and flying monkeys and to get this done, your spirit cannot be destroyed. So I'm laughing at this emperor in this card because he just looks like he don't give no fucks at all. Like he don't give no fucks. Like I'm an emperor for a reason. Look, the star card right behind the emperor. Let me go and heal myself from the situation. Yeah. I see y'all are not fond of healing, so you don't really choose to heal yourself, but hey, I mean, it's kind of a normal regime over here. That's kind of how I got to the Emperor and Empress status. So let me go ahead and do that again so I can just level up some more. Okay. Oh, the silver lining. I can see and always identify the silver lining in the situation. Are these 2 10s? Yep. You got the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. None of y'all not stopping. Oh my God, bro. The 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles is with the collective. Right. And now these people are feeling like they should have found something safe to do. Or they should. Cravings. They're craving your energy. But I'm telling you, like, whatever little tactic that they were supposed to be playing with you, it's like the opposite. It's affecting them. They're craving you. Okay? Them doing all this was supposed to have you craving a connection with them. It says someone has been or is crying. This is somebody who can now be rejecting to harm you or abuse you now. Whoever this is that's crying or they've been crying. Somebody, yeah, because so you got SOS here. This is like energies of somebody who wants you to help them. Like they want you to help them. This could be somebody who feels like they're losing themselves. Look, they can't resist you. They're tired of these empty conversations with a handler or with these handlers. Mm-hmm. Yep. It says how you are moving and showing up is a lot more effective than you realize. A sense of entitlement backfires. Mm-mm. A person with fetal alcohol syndrome can be involved. Okay, it says time does not reveal friends. Um, time does not reveal friends. Pressure does. This was a quote I had got from Dr. Mendel, but yep, these are people who man, and you're the pressure. Damn, you're the pressure. Whatever you're speaking on, there's something significant about an anniversary from when something happened. Somebody could be journaling. Something could be significant about false police reports that were made as well. Yep, you got death in reverse. They weren't able to kill your spirit. Okay, they weren't able to. Whoever this is that felt less than at a young age. Yeah, fucking behind you. Okay, thinking that was going to break your spirit. Okay, it says sorry, not sorry. It needed to be said. Whatever that you, whatever you speak on, these truths that you reveal, it's like it's deeper than what they've expected. Yeah. So you're someone who is teachable and in submission to God, and this is why all these things. This is why this plan was an epic fail. It will always be an epic fail. It doesn't matter if it's new bodies or new people. Like it's not gonna happen. Mm-hmm. Damn. Yeah, somebody could be experiencing or realize that their psychological challenges is related to these people that they tie themselves to, or some type of handler that's in their environment, or somebody whom their guidance, their advice, their counsel they submit to, right? With this handler energy, like at the core, it's not really them, but they're allowing this handler to determine their decisions. And this handler could be a person with fetal alcohol syndrome. Maybe this person, this counterpart, could have fetal alcohol syndrome. It could be, there's somebody involved who's a transgender for some of you guys. There's somebody involved who has fetal alcohol syndrome. So they're not all there. Okay, they can be like easily influenced. They have an addictive behavior. Okay. Yep. Right. You're someone who is teachable and in submission to God. This is someone, or this person followed people who are not teachable. Okay, and they are not in submission to God. They are in submission to addictions. Mm-mm. These are people who've been taught to be entitled, and they've been taught that friendship is based on time, how long you've known someone, how long y'all been friends and shit like that. You feel me? Like, yeah, I mean, anyway, you're getting married, or you're getting married, regardless. Okay. Damn. What the fuck? Somebody's praying you don't find out about some type of scandal here. Okay. Somebody with somebody who wears glasses. You got eyeglasses here, but it's like it's inevitable for you to get clarity or for you to see through something here. Somebody is praying you don't find out And for some of you guys, it has something to do with sex. Okay. Unprotected sex. You got to protect myself. Somebody's hoping you don't find, praying you don't find something out. They're trying to protect themselves by you not finding out something. Somebody's trying to protect themselves from somebody revealing something to you, or it has something to do. Somebody could not want you, or not want somebody to find out about them having sex with a transgender in their ass. I'm just going, because if I tell you, I'm gonna just tell you what cards came out. I'm gonna keep it real raw. And listen, I know eventually I'm gonna have to like find a more private space for some of these readings, but I seen fucking behind you, ass, rectum, butt, and then I seen praying you don't find out. And transgender has already come out on the spread. Yep, somebody could be seeing things as you see them now. Okay. These are these minions, these somebody who wears glasses or something like that. Like, these people are watching you stack your bread, or watching you stack. Okay. This is somebody who was a prospect. Okay. Trying to impress you. Yep. So somebody could be tuning their skills or abilities, or like I said earlier, like in the meantime, while people are trying to do this waiting game with you, they're just watching you stack. Like they're watching to see like some type of negative reaction, or they're trying to wait you out and shit. Like, and they're just watching you stack. They're watching you tune and skill your abilities. Like, they're watching you, your skills be tuned, your abilities increased or heightened. Like, this is all they will see, right? It's like you're not going to impress the divine being with demonic ass activity, like, or demonic games. Like, it's not happening. If anything, you're going to turn them off, and you may risk turning them off completely by trying to pretend to be something you're not. With this placement here, something could be significant about the springtime. You could be born in the spring, okay? Or somebody could be wanting to spring into action or spring up on you. Yeah, after realizing that something wasn't as good as it was hyped up to be. Some of you guys could have been being attacked by trans community, okay, or individual. It says all money ain't good money. Somebody could have been bought, okay, to work against you, to betray you. Somebody's last name could be Graves, or something about graveyard magic could be significant, or there's something significant about a death here, or deaths. Okay, you got Graves. Or I just heard grave danger, like somebody could be in grave danger. Yeah, because of some type of voodoo-induced biological, chemical, bodily, psychological mishaps, disease, imbalance, illness, ailment, decline, and or death. Yep. All money ain't good money. They shouldn't accept some type of money here. Damn. Yep. About whatever this was that was premeditated. Praying you don't find out. Well, if it's at your expense, I mean that's a wasteful prayer, because of course God is going to tell you. Okay. For some of you guys, there's a karmic mother involved. Okay, if you guys experience sexual assault, it says I allow my own daughter to be sexually assaulted because I'm jealous of her. So that can be confirmation for somebody that's going to watch this. This person could have done this for some type of money here. All money ain't good money. And then they could have tried to follow behind with some type of voodoo some type of energy manipulation, okay, to fuck up your mind, basically to keep them hidden, like to keep what they've done hidden, or keep you confused about it, with this praying you don't find out. People have been experiencing major karma behind the scenes for what they've done to you. Somebody could be being blackmailed as well as karma behind the scenes. I can't even pick the damn card up. Whoever this was that who's ungrateful, okay? Mm-mm. Yeah, whoever this is that sold you out to impress others, um, somebody could be blackmailing them, like whoever these others were, or this other person is, um, that person could be blackmailing them. Like there's something that they don't want you to find out. It could be their true identity. It could be like what they're truly involved in, like with the sexual energy that came out and shit like that, or identity. Okay, the truth about their identity, the truth about what they're into. And this person could be like blackmailing somebody by doing voodoo on them, like voodoo induced biological, chemical, bodily, psychological mishaps. This person that don't want you to find out, like they could be experiencing like all this voodoo or whatever that they've done here with these millions and flying monkeys. Like all this is actively backfiring in their life right now. This person who was entitled, and I'm getting there was somebody who was entitled into your energy who don't even fucking know you. They don't know you at all. They know of you because of a person that they wanted to impress, or that they wanted to have under their control. This person, has a very strong sense of entitlement. And this is something that didn't just show up with you, but this is some behavior that they mirror with others. Maybe even their friend group. Okay. And maybe this person, damn. So somebody tried to manifest for you to experience some type of freak accident here. But they thought they were going to manipulate this voodoo, or somebody doing this voodoo for you to experience some type of freak accident, because they were trying to convince them that they were justified, or you've done some type of injustice to them, with the I in the reverse. It says trying to manipulate you with your own possessions, money, and energy. So something is not going away. Like somebody can't get rid of something. You got liposuction in the reverse. This person can't get rid of something. It's okay. Somebody can't get rid of an entity attachment, or somebody's having trouble around getting rid of an entity attachment. Whoever this was that was secretly competing. Okay. Something about spring is significant. So what the fuck do they do in the springtime? March, April, May could be significant, or again, you can be born in these months. Pick your poison. Somebody definitely did something, or somebody paid for something in the springtime. Okay, and it's not to say that they haven't done anything prior to, but somebody took some type of desperate action here, like, and they picked their poison. So this could be how somebody's responding to them, like somebody, whoever that they've acquired to do some type of work or something like that. This person could be telling them like, you picked your poison. Like it's nothing I can do from here, and they can even be saying like, okay, so it was exposed that this person lied about why they acquired this work to be done on you. Okay, it was exposed that they did it's because they were secretly competing with you. They was trying to impress you, okay, as well. Somebody wanted you to like look up to them, or like feel like they're better than you or something, or you're less than them, okay? So this could be somebody who is very boastful, very flashy. Um, this person that they inquired to do this work, they know this person has been secretly competing with you because you're peculiar, and there's nothing wrong with you. You are this way on purpose, naturally, right? So this is what's being discussed, or that's what was revealed about you. Okay, this would be somebody who's jealous of your figure, your shape. Okay, it says figure, your figure, shape, nice, figure 8. Okay, or this somebody who is trying to compete with you, like with their body. Okay, your natural body. Yeah. Trying to manipulate your possessions, your money, your energy. So trying to manipulate for you to lose possessions and lose money, okay? Lose your energy. Yeah. Yeah. So somebody could be blackmailing whoever this is that that they inquire to do some work because of a secret that they know. Like this could be a karmic mother. With this, I allow my own daughter to be sexually assaulted because I am jealous of her. Like somebody could be blackmailing a karmic mother. This could be related or a separate situation. Somebody could be blackmailing this karmic mother. Okay, because can't they can't stop something. Though it's like, oh well, like it's just inevitable for the truth, to come out and for people to be set free in the situation because they pick their poison. It's like whoever did the work, they can't stop it. Whoever asked or paid for the work can't stop it. Whoever participated, they can't stop this karma, this judgment. They can't stop it. They can't stop it. And honestly, that's what happens when you try to do this to a person who's truly divine. Like, and so there's like a lot of backbiting going on between these people. Like a lot of betrayal going on amongst these people because of this energy of somebody getting somebody involved or getting people involved in the situation to harm somebody who's innocent. And that was at the expense of their lives. It's at the expense of their health. Okay. With that freak accident in reverse, like these are people who are experiencing freak accidents. And it's crazy because these are people who wanted to block your love life or was trying to block some type of love for you. Okay. And whether this is I feel like this is something that could have started with a relationship or with a connection. But it could have expanded. Like these are people who didn't want you, like it could have started with them not wanting you to have love with a particular person. It could have like expanded to them not wanting you to have love at all. Okay? Because the how liberating, how you was able to liberate yourself when they had a connection, like you were still able to liberate yourself, and so they feel like they need to take things a step further. But you're still finding the silver lining in the situation, like you're still healing. Like I got time today. I actually hungry. You got the lovers in the reverse. And it's my angel tarot. So we're gonna get straight to it. Lovers in the reverse. Joy and pleasure brings happiness to couples, removes negative energy. So these are people who literally did work to manifest the complete opposite. The World in reverse. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. They took this shit a step further. Look, I had to check my cards. Look, sacrifice. I had to check my cards to make sure they weren't reverse. All reverse. They tried to sacrifice a star. The Hangman. The Star card. And now I'm hearing that song. I want the money, money in the cars, cars and clothes, hoes. I suppose. I just wanna be successful. Y'all know how all that shit came out about Trey Songz? Oh, okay. Somebody's name could be Trey, or there's something about 3 people specifically, like a trio. Okay. These are traders. Clearly. These are traders that was trying to trade their karma for your star. The Hangman. Desire for knowledge protects from liars, evil spells, and bad spirits. So you're protected from these lies. You're protected from liars in general. You're protected from evil spells and bad spirits because you're this star energy. Like, it's right on the star. Yeah. The only God and God the just. So just a just God. Clemency and equilibrium protects against attacks in the courts. What the fuck? Somebody could be having problems with their vision. And if it's somebody who already had problems with their vision, like something could be going on with somebody's sight, for sure. Because while I'm looking at these cards, like I kind of just felt like my perception get blurry. Like I like it's about time for me to like close this reading out. Let's just say that. God, the source of wisdom, fountain of wisdom, gives success in all ventures. This is in the reverse. These are people who didn't want you to have success in any of your ventures, anything that you aspired to do. They didn't want it. They wanted all things for you to fail. So what do you think is happening for them? All things in their life is failing, and I kid you not, somebody is experiencing heart failure. Somebody could be experiencing kidney failure. Or, like I said, like something's going on with somebody's vision as well. Something about dementia can be significant. Yeah, shit is crazy as hell. Yeah, I already read that card. Divine blessings drives away evil spirits, rules agriculture production. In the reverse, agriculture came out in one of my written cards, and I wasn't too sure what that was about, so I didn't like. I just put it back, but it's here again. This is definitely giving like abusing the land, like abusing herbs, abusing Mother Nature. Like, and you're one with nature, with the star energy. Like, somebody thought they was gonna use like some type of jar spells or herbs or graveyard magic, like earth magic, root word. They really thought they was going to successfully use this against you. Oh my God! Somebody cursed it. Whoa! I didn't want to say that. Somebody could have cursed the generation. I know that sound. Somebody's perplexed. Somebody's perplexed. Like, damn. Somebody really. Are these people who caused a lot of damage? Like. There's something significant about spiritual famine. I even heard psychological famine. I never even heard those two words together. Hmm. But you know how I said they can't get rid of something drives away evil spirits? This is in a reverse. They can't get something off their body. Ace of Pentacles is your body. They can't get some type of karma. Oh my god. They can't get this entity off them. Like, and you know why somebody's vision is somebody's vision is worsening? Because they're just, so you know, like when somebody is possessed and they have black eyes, this is their energy. This is somebody who's being fully taken over by an entity or entities. Like this is a full blown possession taking place. You got the Seven of Wands. So this is your energy. Liberation, deliverance from enemies, both visible and invisible. Wow. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Somebody underestimates that prayer itself. It may be a very traditional prayer. It may be somebody, oh my god, bro. It's one thing to actually be somebody that's prayerful, but that prayer alone, that prayer alone, and that's the prayer they teach most of us as kids. Lord have mercy. That prayer alone is really shaking some shit up in these people's lives. Ace of Wands, the patient God. Fertility and multiplicity, protects against despair and helps one be patient. So you have to be extremely patient in this situation here, okay? But you was protected the entire time. Yeah, you had to be patient, like through, like something was very overwhelming. You got the Ten of Wands. God is now humiliating. God himself is humiliating these people, these proud people. Spiritual communication influences religious men, teachers, and men of law. This could have been somebody who was able to negatively influence men who are supposed to be religious, like teachers who are supposed to be in the upright, and men of law. What is that shit called, bruh? What is that shit called? These people went against some type of oath. Confirmation. You got a high priestess right behind this card. There was even some people that went against some type of oath, okay, just to have, just to create destruction in your life, or create this energy where everything you invest in will fail. So this would be people who are sworn, like, into the medical field, law enforcement, military, the court of law. There's another one. It was just, damn, there's another one. Yeah, bad lawyers. So right behind this card, you have protection from magistrates and success. The high priestess. So all this was done because your counterpart is meant to be just as powerful. Your counterpart at the core is just as powerful as you, or at least this is their path. destiny, what they're called to be. And this is why, there was so much of like, this is why like these people like literally wanted to put a death to you, because it's like you were doing something that nobody else was able to do, or you have the ability to really free somebody, like, or really free others. Okay, this is why they came at you so aggressively, attacking you from all angles. All this just for God to still get his way anyway. It's like God was going to get his way through you one way or another regardless. So all this is damn, all this was for naught. I don't even know why I'm saying using that word. All this was for naught. All this was in vain, because God was still going to be God regardless. Yeah. I'm hearing what God puts together, may no man put asunder. You got the hidden God and this Queen of Wands energy. Divine power guards against mental troubles. So unfortunately, the only difference is that there's going to be a lot more spilled blood. Like if these people just would have obeyed what God orchestrated, what God ordained, if they just would have obeyed and complied and mind their fucking business, heavy emphasis on minding their business, focusing on themselves, that inspiration, that jealousy, that envy, that was really out of admiration, that was really out of a yearning, a covetous energy. Even if they were covetous over this counterpart's life or their blessings, or covetous over you, your blessings, your abilities, with this high priestess energy, like, and this high protection, this star energy, this star quality, it's like a person with a sound mind gets inspired and they create out of their own creativity, from their own source of identity and shit. Like, but this trying to kill off the competition, trying to drive you away, trying to destroy you, eliminate you, blah, 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 blah. No. So now more people, this energy of collecting blood on your hands. I've been channeling that the past 2 days. This is the energy of collecting blood on your hands by gathering or recruiting others to participate in something that is fully demonically motivated. So what God was going to do is still being done, but now more people have to suffer. Queen of Pentacles. 5-5, the eternal God. Intellectual lucidity provides consolation and compensations. Wow. So these people are really good. You got the severity of God. Seduction and downfall. Communicates with the dead. Teaches the occult and magic. You got the devil card here. Right after I said what God was going to do, what God orchestrated, it was going to play out regardless. But now, because of these people's disobedience, because of their sense of entitlement, damn, bro. I want to say this, and I want to go ahead and close this out because it's getting so long. Queen of Swords. Oh my God, what a part today. Imagine let's talk about the extremes, right? You got the divine, right? That is the highest extreme of divine energy, of kindness, love, compassion, everything that is beautiful and divine. And then the extreme opposite will be the devil. If somebody is in opposition of divinity, in opposition of good, in opposition of God, but in a way, we are all a part of God's body. Do y'all see where I'm going with this? Like, yes, satanic energy is powerful, but why is satanic energy powerful? Because ultimately, Satan comes from God. This is not saying that God is demonic. This is saying that just like the origins of Satan, which is somebody who wanted to replace God, somebody who wanted to be better than God, somebody who was in complete opposition to God and everything God was about. However, this is still somebody made from God, made from that same source of power, the extremes of divinity, meaning, can you imagine the extremes of demonic energy as a result? These are these people's reality. This is the fate that they've chosen. So while you're out here doing voodoo to make a divine being psychologically insane, and we see people who are insane, we see what that look like. We've seen what that look like. How that we see it. We see what drug abuse, like drug addicts, murderers, rapists, predators. We see the extremes of demonic energy. Do you hear what I'm saying? If God would never leave you and forsake you, what does that mean when it comes to the devil? He will seduce you and drop you on your face. Literally. He will seduce you to cast these spells, this witchcraft, this voodoo, to retaliate with vengeance and do all this shit, knowing that it's going to manifest in your life, not the target of the voodoo that you're launching on, your life. And then ultimately, Satan still gets his point across. He still gets an achievement according to him. He still gets his way because he's here to do what? Turn as many away from God as possible. So he still ultimately gets what he wants out of the situation, but he don't give no fucks about you. You're a pawn. For these people that treat other people like pawns, that's devil energy. You're not safe. Just because he will help you, just because he will help you forfeit your covenant and your opportunity to be one with the divine, that does not mean he gives a fuck about you. He don't give. If God cares for you, even when you disobey, if God is so forgiving and can forgive you a multitude of times, when we talk about grace and mercy, like, if the devil is the extreme opposite of God, what does that look like? For anybody that engage and participate in devilish energy, what does that look like? It's literally in his name. Devil. And what's the opposite? What is devil flipped around? Damn. You're not about to do no death magic to an angelic being. And then think that somebody is supposed to free you from death chasing you around. What? Freak accidents, close calls. It's after you. It's on you. It's stuck. Nobody's going to break that off of you. The only person that can break that off of you is God. Satan never had any intentions of breaking any witchcraft, any voodoo, any spell work that you've done. Never had any intentions of breaking that shit off you. Never. You have to find somebody to transfer it to. That's how it works. You have to find somebody to transfer it to. But I'm not, no, like, I brought you here. Now you're on your own. Figure it out. I did what I need to do. I got I got what I needed from the situation. You're indebted to me. You're indebted to the devil. You have to pay the devil. You have to give up an offering. There will be a sacrifice. Y'all couldn't sacrifice this divine being. Well, oh well, I still require payment. I still require a sacrifice. So who is it going to be? Who is it going to be? Okay? Even the devil knew that it wasn't going to be you. Shit. He was just optimistic and hopeful like they were. You know what I'm saying? But even the devil knew. Even the devil knew. But what the devil also knew was that regardless, I'm still going to get payment. I'm still going to get the sacrifice that I require. That makes me feel like God. That's how he's looking at it. Like, don't get me wrong. There's always that glimmer of hope that if, damn, hey, if y'all do be successful, okay, with sacrificing this divine being, of course, know, why wouldn't Satan love that if that actually happens, right? But just like Job and his friends were unable to sacrifice him, just like his wife was unable to sacrifice him, just like his body being inflicted with sickness was unable to sacrifice him and his faith in the divine, just because his mind was conflicted, that wasn't enough to sacrifice him. Him losing loved ones to death wasn't enough to sacrifice him. Him losing his money, his foundation was not enough for him to be sacrificed to the devil, or for him to sacrifice his connection with the divine. And even when they crucified Yeshua, it wasn't enough for him to sacrifice his soul to Satan. But instead, he continued giving himself to the divine. And that's what these people are seeing manifest over and over again every time they target a divine being, or for whatever group, possessed group that targets you, or people who fall into that and begin targeting you. This is what they all see. And I have to say this too, to be fair, not everybody survives this spiritual warfare. Some people do become too overwhelmed and they do take themselves out. Some people do become so overwhelmed and anxious and full of fear, which God didn't give you that spirit, but some people do, right? Because they're intentionally harassing you, they're intentionally stalking you, obsessing over you, trying to intentionally make you uncomfortable, even trying to kill you, putting hits out on you, trying to make you sick, okay, paying people off, to poison you, all type of shit. Doing voodoo on you, attacking you in a dream state, attacking you from all angles to overwhelm you. So you take yourself out, period. Whether you take yourself out mentally, take yourself out physically, take yourself, until you sacrifice your faith and your covenant and your connection with the divine, so they can just live off your energy. It's the same tired ass shit. And no, I feel like the same way God responded when Satan turned against him in heaven and was able to turn a few other angels against him, and he banished them mercilessly for the better good of his divine children who remain faithful and loyal to him. That's the same energy, and that's the energy that divine beings embody as well. Oh well, if y'all possess motherfuckers, y'all demons gotta go for the better good for those who are still pure in heart, then so be it. So be it. Ace of Cups in the reverse. Rejuvenation, obtains the mercy of God and gives long life. Obtains the mercy of God in the reverse, right after I said that. So be it. You got the Fool card, the exalting God. will and new beginnings, assist with difficult and great undertakings. For who? For his first love. That's number one. That's a one on this card. His first love will always be not only the children that he created and chose, but those who chose him back. Those who choose God in return. Those who answer the call. Those who are chosen. Because they want to be. They want to be chosen by God and not by Satan or the many bodies that he possessed to infiltrate, put on a pedestal, provide kings and money and status and materials to convince you or tempt you to be chosen by them and forfeit God. You got the moon in the reverse. Archangel Gabriel. God is my strength. Divine revelation reveals messages, has the power to destroy. This is in the reverse. God is not their strength. They thought these demonic activities was where their strength was. And they can't do nothing for them. I'm trying to understand, like, if loyalty, true loyalty, is a divine trait and characteristic, what the fuck these people thought they was going to gain from being disloyal and connecting with disloyal motherfuckers? There is no loyalty amongst thieves. None. Yeah. You got the Six of Cups. I'm about to close out, you guys. God who stirs all men. Motivation. Lifts up those who are fallen and humiliated. God stirs all men. I feel like this is talking about conviction. So not everybody is too far gone. Okay? But they are under judgment. They're heavily convicted right now. Some of these people are feeling remorseful. And they can feel remorseful. They can feel that conviction. But what action are they going to take? What are they going to do with it? Whatever they choose to do with that determines their fate. And if it's going to be a permanence. So, or, unfortunately, some will have to try again another lifetime. If given the privilege. Yeah. Because they're not going to be able to sacrifice you. Hangman in reverse. They're not going to be able to sacrifice you for fortune and fame or to fulfill any demonic request. Okay. This card is in the upright, so this is saying for you, your fortune and fame is yours. It's reserved for you. Okay. Period. You didn't forfeit it. Because not only do you know that God supports the universe, but because God supports the universe, the literally, the all, the everything, you know God supports you. Even when others revoke their support. Okay, which was definitely a tactic that was used against you. The God of hope. Construction of the universe. Help with great works. Protection from adversaries. All right, you guys. I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.